cumin to
I'm
my...
the cumin to your salsa.
To my... But there's no...
I'm in it, and you want me there, but I don't really add anything taste-wise.
No. That now you're trying to
Not making try
go
hard.
back a little bit. We already discussed there is no... There isn't...
Had-
That's not
Have you
in
had
salsa.
cumin?
No.
So you were trying to say that you're the...
Tomato. No.
No, you were trying... the spice to the salsa.
Yeah.
Which would be like a pepper or
Sure.
a chili
Usually.
or a chili
Sure.
pepper or...
Can I be the cilantro to your?
You know... fine.
Hey guys, I started 1 minute too early, and I already broke Zach. I apologize. Not really.
Hey guys, what's up everybody? It is Wednesday. It's comic book day on Rabbit Stew. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Now we're going to get started talking about comic books really quickly, but first we have a couple announcements. We'll go through those fairly quickly, and then we'll get into the comic books. I am Zach, your overlord. This is
Oh, I'm Claudia.
the cumin to my salsa.
Cumin to your salsa.
And I'm Scott. I'm a side dish,
Side dish.
not the salsa.
Salsa is kind of a side dish. When is salsa the main course?
What? When is salsa the only side dish?
Are you
I could be the bean
beans?
dip. That
Yeah,
could be me.
yeah.
Claudia, there's an anime about metaphors you should watch.
I don't think there actually is, but I would watch it, and then I'd tell you about it all the time.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Not the side dish would be a great name for you.
Scott the side dish.
Yeah, yeah.
Scott
There you
dish.
go.
And Claudia for CEO.
Great.
That was right on me.
That'll.
That'll stick.
Yep.
The chat said so.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they only have good ideas.
Only.
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 If there's anywhere I go to for good ideas, it's
It's
internet
an
chat
room,
conversations.
yeah. Where anything can be taken completely out of context. All right. Moving on. It's Wednesday on Hyper Rabbit Power Go, which means we have all sorts of great programming for you today. It already starts with Scott's show at noon. And if you're just tuning in now and you don't tune in at noon, you should tune in because it's really smart programming, which doesn't exist very many places on Twitch.
That's why it's before everything else.
We start off really strong and then just go really quick downhill.
Get all that out of the way.
Yeah. Get all the smart stuff out of there and go right back to Hyper Rabbit Power, go! Okay, White Rabbit, thank you so much. Joe, turn those donation sounds back on. It says, Claudia, if you were a salsa, what kind of salsa would you be?
The red
Claudia, if you
The
were a
red kind of
salsa,
salsa.
what kind of
kind of
salsa would
slightly
you
spicy,
be?
but not enough that you can't eat it.
Just the red kind.
The red kind.
The red kind, guys.
You don't bring me here for my intelligence. Even though I have a lot of it. I'm a math major, guys.
Really? I thought you went to culinary school.
No.
The red one.
Shocking.
The red one. So, but yes, Scott is the host of Easter Eggs for us, and he's also a huge comic books fan. So on Wednesdays, we're going to start asking him to stick around and talk comics with us. But first, we need to talk about some other things going on the channel before we get into comic books, because once we start, it's a never.
Oh, it's just a spiral.
It's hard to
It's a
stop.
spiral.
Yeah.
So, number one on the list of things to talk about is coming up next on the channel. We have Watching Paint Dry, and we have two special guests today. Two special guests. We have Bill Duran of Punish Props and Stephen K. Smith of SKS Props. So we have two professional prop makers coming in to paint mechs today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Good lineup.
That
It is a great lineup.
See, when
You
I
might
said-
learn something.
Is it Bill Duran?
Not even spelled the same.
No, we've already made that joke on the channel.
Oh.
How many peppers would be in your salsa, Claudia?
More
Math
than
question.
one.
There's your math answer.
More than one.
Greater than one.
Greater than one.
Hyper Rabbit Power, go! Thank you, grading. Thank you.
Claudia, if Zach was a salsa, what kind of salsa would he be? Hashtag Shiawas.
I have a perfect answer for this. Okay, it's the green one with all the grainy bits in it because it's delicious, but it's a little bit tough to eat.
The green one with all the grainy bits in it.
The salsa verde?
Is that salsa?
Yeah.
What are you
yeah,
talking
the salsa verde.
Verde? I mean, it's got like chunks in it, but as much as every other salsa.
I feel like you're killing Joe right now as a culinary expert. You're killing Joe.
Joe has talked about making a cooking show where I'm the assistant who helps and learns.
Helps, Joe. Helps.
No, it's not guacamole. I mean the green one. But Yeah, with the grainy bits. I'll add the grainy bits.
Now you're the grainy bits to a salsa.
No. I'm still the cumin.
Okay.
Okay, well, moving on again. Thank you, chat, for derailing us once again from getting through talking about what's on the show.
We literally got one.
I know, and the
One
second
show.
I say that, I hear myself going, don't acknowledge that, then they just do it again and again to frustrate you. Why do you say these things out loud? You know how the internet works.
Keep going.
So, after watching paint dry today, which is going to be a lot of fun, we have the start of the Shadowrun metagame. It's officially underway. It will be an ever-evolving experience, so bear with us, guys. Bear with us. Things will get interesting, but we are very excited to bring this to you. So, the Shadowrun metagame exists as a way for everyone that is a fan of Shadowrun or just wants to be a part of our channel in general to have something fun to do between shows or when we're off air or anything like that. Just a way for you guys to communicate on another level. We want to be very clear that this is a game that we're providing for free as if you are a subscriber. We want you to subscribe to our content to support all of our programming, and this is a subscriber benefit that you get to be a part of it. So if you are a subscriber, you can join the Discord, and then you can pick a corporation to be a part of, and we start our kind of Wall Street metagame today. Hyper Rabbit Power, go! Thank you, Sledger. And so it begins.
We would like to remind you that this stream is brought to you by #NeoNet.
Hashtag Neonet. So for all the people watching that wonder why all the time there's the hashtags and then the name of this weird sounding corporation, it's because of the metagame. It starts today. So all these people that have been donating over the last couple of weeks and using the hashtag, they get to donate to our shows like they were going to anyway, but just by adding the hashtag at the end, it gets to count towards something. And when you make it count towards something, oh, we just lost our computer signal. One sec. Yep, there we're back.
Yeah.
It just adds an extra dimension to it. It gives you a little bit more to do, something fun, some way to troll each other, to troll us. I love that during Death from Above, the corporations are fighting against each other for what side they want to help. That's the kind of thing we wanted from this, so I'm really glad that you guys are jumping into it. We've heard a lot of complaints from people that we haven't started yet. All I can say is it's not an easy thing to do. It's really complex to put it all together. And we want it to be a feature, not it's not the channel. The channel isn't this game. It's a feature for free if you're a subscriber that you get to have some fun with, and we hope that you guys enjoy it. It starts tonight. So Anna will be running the beginning of the game at 5:30 p.m. So here's what you need to know. At 5:30 tonight, donations are locked towards your action points. And when I say action points, I mean every corporation gets a set number of action points. Hyper Rabbit Power, go! Beer 29994, thank you for subscribing. If we get 4 more of those, we give away a Steam key. Thank you so much for subscribing. We love you guys. Root Beer 2994, I like that.
Why?
It's just it's fun to say. Root Beer.
Oh, but that's one of those usernames that you take with you your whole life. Like
Yeah.
you're 8 and you just love root beer.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
just your root beer forever.
Yeah, you signed up to MSN Messenger back in 1994, but Root Beer 1994 was already taken.
Hyper Rabbit Power, go!
Sunova Plus, thank you so much for donating.
Guys, I did it by myself.
Guys, please try to keep the show on track. Oh, look, a squirrel. Squirrel, Claudia, squirrel. #NeoNet, #Claudia Club.
Claudia Club.
Claudia Club.
Claudia
Great.
Club. You weren't there when we figured that out.
So, let's get a little bit more into it, but a quick recap of what went down last week on Shadowrun. Why don't you lead us through this part?
Perfect.
What happened last week on the show you're a part of?
Fang was distraction, but I'll tell you more about that. So, last week, the runners were hired to extract a Nassim, last name, Daylon, from Cross Applied Technologies. So we did that, and this week we did it, but then we realized we have to deliver him conscious to Miss J. We didn't realize the conscious part was there. And there is Nassim has something happening to them. So we're going to have to work really hard to get them
So
back
you
on it.
were hired to do something, you did it incorrectly, and now you have to complete that job after doing that thing incorrectly?
We did it correctly. The issue is we knocked him out at the end because they were complaining and whining too much. And we didn't realize they had to be awake.
You guys are the worst mercenaries in the world.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that Eddie Murphy movie.
Power go! Call me WoW TV. And let the distractions continue.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around in desert. You never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
Great.
Oh,
Thank
no,
you.
no hashtag. That was
Thank you.
convenient.
That was
you.
relevant.
You know, we also accept tips that aren't towards the metagame. We'll take those.
Yeah. Hashtag Claudia Club.
So that's what happened last week. So we do want to remind you when we start at 5:30 p.m. tonight with this. It's all a work in progress. The great thing about live content is we get to make it better every single week based on you guys' feedback, what we see happen, how the audience reacts to it, all that stuff. If this was going to be perfectly polished and like great immediately, then it would be produced television and we wouldn't do it live every week. So it takes time. We'll do it live. We'll see how it goes tonight, and we'll take notes, and we'll bring it back to you next week even better. But I'm really excited to get this started. So here's what I want to show everybody. This is actually the standing of where we are right now.
Oh.
And I want to thank especially Pillow Zach, Pete Wiz, and Alien Knitter have all been working extremely hard on this. And please tell me the site loads right now because we're showing it off.
I think that's what it means. It's loading.
I'm going to be face palming really hard. The site's not loading on your end either. Did Pillow... random websites aren't loading for you, so we have an internet problem.
Wait, does that mean this is still streaming?
We're still streaming, but apparently we have an internet problem right when we go to show this stuff off.
It's cool. It's cool. I can talk instead.
This is the joy of live production.
But I'm
Like, we've been working really hard on this thing. Check it out.
Nope.
The secret you don't know about everything you've ever seen live is it's like one thing away from completely falling apart.
Okay, so they said that the website works, so it's just our end. So if you guys want to look at the website, we're the only ones, the ones running the live network here.
We don't need to see
that
it.
apparently don't have fucking internet right now.
I
Oh.
will look at it later. I've never seen it before, so I guess I don't get to see it. Whatever.
I'm going to do one of those things where I disconnect and reconnect to the network.
That sounds about right.
Yep. This joy. Just joy.
It could be worse.
Oh, yeah, it could always be worse.
Yeah. Positivity, Zach. Positivity.
All right. Reloading. No.
No. Maybe there's too many people on it now.
No, that's not it.
Trying to make it their fault?
No, it's never my fault. So
Well-
it's cool.
Come on. You can do this. We'll check back in on that in a little bit. Okay, well, basically, out of all the subscribers we have on the channel, only about half are on our Discord service.
What?
And out of all the people on our Discord server, only half of them have actually joined the corps. So there's a ton of people that haven't joined yet. Like, a ton of people. This does work. I just got a 503 capacity error, so it might actually be too many people going to check it out. Well, that's a good problem to have.
That means that too many people want to play the game. Not gonna talk.
You just told how many of them aren't playing, so they just ran to it.
Yeah.
Hey, we gotta play.
To put in math, if half the people are on Discord and half of those people are online, that means only 1/4 of our subscribers are actually playing this game, which means 3/4 of you need to get on it.
And, well, you know, you don't have to. It's just something fun that people can do on the side, you know, to have more fun on the channel. But then stuff like this happens the second we decide to live demo it. Fucking
It's cool. It's cool.
story of my goddamn life lately. So if one of the corps gets even just a few more subscribers, it could easily result in another action point. So what you're going to see happen today, so we released how you can spend the points. So when the website's working, you guys know that it shows you your action point. It shows you where your market standings are. And it shows how many members are in your group and how much money that corporation has raised. Now, we wanted to make sure that it felt fair. And we didn't want people to feel like if there was like some really big donator on one group that they got everything. So we split the action points. 50% of the action points are based on member numbers. 50% of the action points are based on donations towards the channel with that hashtag.
Claudia, how many percent is that?
He said it was 50%, but it's half and half.
Half and half. So you can have a corporation that has a lot of members but not many donations coming through and still get the most action points.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we wanted to do this. So people, like, it's a balance. It's all about a balance. So what you'll find today is what we're hoping for is you guys have looked at this Shadowrun Corporate Sins metagame overview.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is a sheet right here. You guys can share this out and how it's going to work with people. So at 5:30 today, action points are determined and where those action points are going, okay? Between 5:30 and 8 p.m., your team is figuring out exactly what you're going to spend your action points on. Now, a lot of people got confused when we announced this, and they were like, no, damn you, we need more than 2.5 hours, not everyone will be awake. Well, that's why we released what things you can buy ahead of time. So you can rally your team to get the action points you need. You can go, okay, we really want to get this thing, but we're one action point away. It's time to rally and bust ass and try to get there. And then if you get there, you have a representative in the chat saying, boom.
We're ready.
So Twitch Alerts is having issues that is breaking the Stray Logic site and probably donations. It's going to be up and down until Twitch Alerts stops being a butt. Oh, so it's coming from a Twitch Alerts problem. Shit. I have a phone call with Twitch Alerts today. Send me an email of what I need to talk about with them, and I will bring it up.
What is Twitch Alerts?
Twitch Alerts is the service we use for donations. So
currently,
there's software that's been built that reads the API of Twitch Alerts and transfers that information over to another software that reads through all of that information and picks out what donations were made with what corporations and then organizes them properly.
Okay.
So if Twitch Alerts is having problems, that's what happens. So, what I would suggest to all the corporations is figuring out what stuff you want to buy with your action points before 5:30 and then rally all day today to try to get the action points you want. Now, there are a ton of people who have not joined corporations, so it might be time for you guys to start looking into getting more members, because that'll really help with getting you some easy action points if you don't have people that can donate.
Mm-hmm.
I just tried to donate and Twitch Alerts wouldn't let me. Got it. So Twitch Alerts is down, which highly affects our business, and I'm going to talk to them about that today. I'll be like, so guys, we just got official Twitch Alerts partner because we need it, and I have a call with them today about stuff that we want to implement. I'll be like, well, one of the first things I'm going to talk to you guys about is if your service goes down, we lose money.
And that means I don't get to do the thing I practiced. I worked really hard.
Twitch Alerts is afraid that Alexa will take its job, right? Right?
Well, Alexa was here yesterday, so.
So basically, we want everyone to rally today. So the way action points work is each week 50 points are awarded based on subscriptions and 50 points are awarded based on donations. And then you see over here, here's your action points that you have to spend out of a total of 100 action points that are dispersed between the corporations. This website updates in real time. So if somebody makes a big donation to get to that next action point, it will update to the website in real time. If they get 10 people to go like join, I wonder how many people have started using their duplicate subscriber accounts to start joining the corporation. Don't do that. Why not? Rig the system.
Oh, okay. That's bad. Don't cheat. Don't cheat.
I'm all for finding loopholes and things.
Are you a min-maxer?
A what?
When you play games, are you like high theme characters or high, like, really well built characters?
Theme.
Yeah, so you're not a min. Like, I have a friend who's a min-maxer who like kind of ignores what the character's like personality is like. It's like, this is the way where I could do the most damage.
No, I don't look at stats at all.
Okay.
It's fuck stats.
Okay.
I'm not that kind of person. I don't look at numbers.
I do.
I like stories.
Your shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but I really like theme because I like.
I like
theme.
shortcuts too.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
As in, like, I like loopholes and things. I like
Oh,
shortcuts.
okay. I just am like, I did it. It's done. I don't need to like spend 8 more hours looking at it.
So as far as what you can spend action points on, here is your action table. So you get to actions to increase subsidiary MC, perform R&D, +1 R&D result roll. So this stuff's all like, this is super roleplay. Like,
Yeah.
we went, Go figure, the guy who created Shadowrun and Battletech made a role-playing game for us to play with our chat room, and it's dense. It's advanced for a chat room game.
Yeah.
It's fucking advanced.
But I like it.
And to be fair to you guys, he was. I wasn't. When he first showed me the system, my honest reaction, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I love you all, kind of, but my reaction was, I don't know if our average member of our audience will get this.
He's smart enough.
Yeah, basically. And he responded with, I don't think you're giving our audience enough credit. I think that they would definitely like something like this. He was trying to tell me that he thinks basically our audience is no different than the forum audiences they used to do these things with back in the old Battletech days and stuff like that. I beg to differ and think a lot of people watching Twitch want an escape from everything. So I am hoping to be proven wrong. I want to be proved wrong, and I want everyone to understand this better than my dumb self.
But here's the thing. Even Claudia, who is already looking at this and says too long didn't read, I still see things that I would want to do. I'm literally looking at the top line being like, I want to hire a specific cast member to roll my corpse dice, or I want to perform research and development, and those are the first two, and I can play.
And
So-
and also those, like, the two charts you just showed us have a lot of have a lot of words on them, but they're a lot less than any tutorial I've ever played. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you have to learn how to play a game if you want to play a game,
Yeah.
but we're a bunch of gamers.
I like
we
that
can
White
do it.
Wabbit says, yeah, I read this and thought Zach will never understand this.
Oh, called you out.
Yeah, yeah. It was intimidating at first, but as we talked about things more, it started to make more sense. I'm super into this now. That's what we like to hear, Zane Park. That's what we like
Yay!
to hear.
Who is that? Who is that?
I think the intricacies of this are awesome. I think it's more of an attention span matter than overall knowledge / understanding. I would agree with you. Genova Plus asks, can we hire Zach to roll for another company? I knew someone was going to ask that the second we brought this up.
Are you
and
a
I'm
bad
going
roller?
to make Jordan put it in there. It's a great way to troll another company is to have me roll for them.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
They've seen me roll ones right up there with Will Wheaton.
I'm a baller at rolling because I know math, and math is statistics. Therefore, I'm good at rolling.
Wait, you're good at randomly doing something
Yes.
that has you have no
Yes.
control over whatsoever?
Yeah.
Someone just hands you a die, you're like, I'm good at math. Oh, sixes.
Yeah. Magic.
Okay, that's how math works, guys. She's a teacher. Yeah. So basically, guys, there's a lot of things you can do. This is all really great. I'm really excited for you guys. The main goal behind this is for you guys to communicate in Discord, have fun with the group. There's a lot of people that are already doing really fun stuff, like the group that Malika is a part of. They're having cookie exchanges. So they're a corporation that's sending
on that
cookies.
group?
They're sending cookies to each other. Eventually, things that are on this list are going to include stuff like we could make a commercial for you guys. Like that we could play during Shadowrun. We could make special t-shirts for your corporation that go on sale before someone else's. You know, like we're going to add stuff to that once the game starts getting bigger and, you know, more expanded and all that kind of stuff.
And right now, I'm just seeing a lot of people be like, join our group. Yeah, you should
Join
be
our group.
accepting
Join
new
our group.
people.
Yeah.
This is where you make new
I'm
friends.
excited to see people get more creative because obviously just spamming in chat, join our group doesn't work. You guys are going to start thinking outside the box if
Like-
you want to get more members.
Well, Mr. Washington Toad just said salsa, explanation point, hashtag Aries love. And like, we've talked about salsa. Zach is a salsa. So that would be great.
So I love this. So if you invest in R&D and we roll 2d6s, 2 to 3, large scale disaster. Small scale disaster. R&D yields no result. You get 12. R&D yields breakthrough. Roll on MCC table at level -2 to increase MC of market segment. Like this shit. He went deep with this shit.
It looks
This
it's gonna
is,
be
you
fun.
guys are playing Shadowrun. This isn't just like
No,
throw your name onto
I'm
some
really,
people
like-
playing for you.
I'm super excited about this because I've never seen anything done like this on Twitch. I know it's difficult to get there and it's going to take a lot of ironing things out, but once we get it rolling, guys, this is really exciting. No one's ever done something like
This
this
is
before.
legitimately unprecedented and the kind of thing that can really take off.
I know, like this is what we hope for is that you guys really get into this And it's a cool way for the chat room to be collectively playing. It's kind of like Twitch plays, but Twitch is playing a role-playing game. And instead of you guys all spamming a number into chat like they do for Twitch plays Pokemon, you're actually getting to communicate, form your own corporations with your own marketing departments and your own heads.
We're not
and
forcing you
CEOs.
all to be one player.
What I love
Yeah.
is people are already starting to manage their corporations the way they think they should be managed, and we have no say in that. I think that's really fucking cool. I think that's really cool.
No, this is gonna be crazy. I'm so
It's gonna
excited
be
to be a
just cool
part
for
of
us
it.
to watch too.
Yeah.
excited.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited for people to invest in something and spend a lot of action points on it, and then somebody else buys their action points for me to roll for that corporation, and I roll ones, and those people that just invested all that money go, fuck! Why am I excited for people to fail?
What happens if someone
Because you're gonna be
hires-
the one making them do it.
What happens if Zach hires and then they also hire someone else to do it for them? Do they roll twice or
I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure these things out as we go.
exciting?
Because we can't plan for everything. It's damn near impossible.
No, not with this many things.
So you have attack industry segment table, public relations table. Jesus Christ.
It's cool.
Market cap change.
So how high you can go up?
Yeah, this is great. And eventually you get to hire Lauren and work with our GM to send the Shadowrunners out on a mission,
For you.
which is nuts.
Corporation.
We're going to do that lottery based, I think.
I'm not.
And I'll talk more about it
Yeah.
tonight at 5:30.
Thanks, Aldhuin.
Aldwin is now following. Just now? Just now, Aldwin? Where you been, dog?
I was like, do you know Aldwin? I was like, oh, I get it. You're just, yeah.
Harvested Potent says, joining a corp feels a little scary to me. Not that it applies to me anyway, but I'm really excited to see how people get creative with this. I already see the silliness going in chat. Great. That is what we want. I'm a big fan. I think this is something that will eventually really separate us from any other channel on Twitch. But we need you guys' help. And by that, I mean, we don't need you to do anything other than play.
Just have fun.
Just play and have fun and get creative with each other. And damn it, White Wabbit. I'm not going to fall for this shit again.
Hey, he's following. That's
No, he's-
awesome.
Okay, so they want us to say their names that they're following, so they're unfollowing and following again just to get our attention. They're trolling you.
But they already have my attention.
Nope, I know.
So it's
they're
working.
trolling you. White Wabbit.
So yeah,
Don't confuse
the
our
more you
co-host.
play this game, the more this game will be.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to figure it out too, because like the initial idea that we all came up with, I got that, and then as we went, Jordan was like, "This is too simple," and I was like, but simple. I love simple," and he's like, "No, we can do better," and I'm really glad he pushed it. I'm really glad he pushed it because this is coming together great, and you guys on the development side have been killing it.
And
Still
Gemismo,
down?
for you who say you don't know
There we
who
go.
to join or who little, like anything, pick one that sounds pretty. I'm not gonna lie, my favorite corp right now, or Claudia's, not Fangs, is as technology, because I think that there's a golem underneath.
OMG
the base.
Laser Kittens, hello.
Wait, what?
That's Becky.
Oh, hey Becky.
All right, guys, the website's up, so let's check this out. Market closes in 4 hours, 1 minute, 33 seconds. I don't think that's correct.
Hyper Rabbit Power Go!
Oh, Zach's inner child. Great.
Hear
What does
this.
that have to say?
Don't listen to me, Claudia. I'm just jealous of how cheerful and fun you are.
Hey, Aldwin, Hyper Rabbit Power, go! Thank you, Aldwin, so much for subscribing.
Yay.
Guys, big welcome to Aldwin. Welcome over to this side of the pond. So the website's up, guys.
Wow, Evo's
And
doing well.
look at this shit though. Look how fucking this is so good. Like, you guys have killed it on building this. This is way better than what I had originally envisioned. Originally, Pete Wiz and I were working on something that was as simple as just taking the donations and creating a pie graph on our website that's updated from Google Docs, and just using percentages to allow people who have a certain percentage of like overall to be able to like either attack someone or defend or hire the Shadowrunners, and that was it. And this has gone way skyrocket out of control, and this is so cool. Like, they've gone so far into this. Okay, I'm gonna make this full screen, and we'll dive into it a little bit. So there's a couple things. So like, here's our corporate membership.
So those are the members.
Currently, As Technology has the most members with 23.
Okay.
And that equals up to 49 action points here. So we've got Evo, and then your corporate investments.
Evo's
killing it. Now, guys, these here's the thing. These donations are a little skewed the first week because they've been going since the charity drive.
Oh.
So there's certain corporations that are going to have a lot more because those were people that donated a lot during the charity drive. I know that once this ships over to week, which it will be, starting after tomorrow, it will be week to week. Multifractal says they can't see. Joe, did you switch over to the screen? Hopefully he did. Once it switches over to week, I'm pretty sure that's going to balance out a lot more because we have a much more varied group of people sending in tips throughout the shows and stuff like that. And I think we didn't want people to feel like all the donations they made up to now went to waste. You know, we wanted them to feel like it's all part of it. So.
Plus, I mean, what? Now we've got a starting point. One
Hey
team is
Joe. Where's Joe? Apparently, they can't see what's on screen. Oh, they can? Okay, I don't know why everybody's saying they can't. Vassal 1213. Joe messed up.
Vassal 1, 2, 1, 3.
So we've got an uneven starting point, but that's also, I feel like that's going to be good, you know? First of all, like, anybody who starts off in first place is going to get screwed,
an underdog. We got underdogs.
We got
here.
underdogs that people
Well,
a lot
I
of people are
think
going to join that. I'm kind of excited about the uneven starting point to see it all fall apart.
I'm excited to see what As Technology does because they have the most members, and they could quickly flip this around on Evo because they have the most members. And I think having the most members is going to really matter next week when there's only been a week for donations to come in instead of 5 weeks.
6 weeks at a charity drive.
Yeah, exactly. Like that really skewed things.
And yes, Bam Bam Sam, if this was an anime, Ares would be the main character because at this point, he's the underdog. And as we know, animes, you never can start on top. I watch anime.
Yeah, I know. We know this.
Oh, okay.
So here's all the current standings. You've got your corporate investments. I love this. Invest today. This is great.
Invest today.
This is so cool. You guys did such a good job. I don't get excited about many things, and you guys know this. I'm actually really excited about this because this is something that the community's been working together on. We get to work with Jordan Weissman on. It's something that you guys get to be a part of just by subscribing, and it's like I've been thinking for a long time. Hyper Up Power Go! Aries! Oh, this is great.
Hashtag Aries no underdog. Aries strong and smart. Aries smart.
Aries smart.
So why I'm really excited about this. Hyper Rabbit Power Go!
Hashtag Shiawas is advancing life and means happiness, so that means Zach hates us the most. Join us to be hated by Zach even more than normal.
More than normal. Hey, is the song actually saying something, the music?
Warning, warning, big donation. Warning, warning, big donation. When it's the biggest donation of the show yet. So that keeps going up. Now, if somebody made that same number, it wouldn't go off, but it goes up and up. But honestly, I want to toot you guys' horn because when we first came up with this idea, I know we haven't officially started yet, but where it is right now is so much better than I originally envisioned. I'm really excited. I feel like this is something that will make us so much different than everyone else on Twitch. And I'm excited by this. This is really fucking cool. And I can't wait for us to continue exploring with you guys, to keep doing stuff like this. We have more video game ideas that we're thinking for way down the line. I'm really excited. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Thank you, Pillowzack, Pete Wiz, and Alien Knitter for working so hard on this. And Anna's going to be driving this ship tonight at 5:30. Make sure you tune in. She will have a full market report and go deeper into it than I am right now. And so up at the top right, you can click on Yen or your, what's it called?
Newen.
Newen and your action points. So when you click on your group, it gives you a more detailed, right?
That's so cool.
So everyone starts with 150 Newen to invest. And then based on what they purchased tonight, their investments can go up or down depending on how the die rolls. So you need to make sure, guys, if you're wanting to check out the standing of your current group, you can see what you're currently invested in. So Evo is invested in biotech, aerospace, medicine and pharma, consumer goods, cyberware. And here's your corporate market shares, right? This shit is deep.
So cool.
There's so many coloring.
So this shows you,
that's-
whooshing. These are all the things whooshing is invested in.
You play RPGs long enough, you'll have
There we
nothing
go.
more than a good
It's
chart.
Not
Yeah.
150 million. It's 150 billion.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. My bad.
Like Iron or Fang earns like 3,000.
Okay, my bad. Now, what's really exciting about this and the shit that like I would never think to do is when we started talking about all this, and Jordan was like, we should tie these investments into real stocks. So there are slight changes that will happen to these things based. Hyper Rabbit Power Go!
Squirrel. Hashtag as technology.
Okay.
Nice.
So each one of these is linked to like a real stock, and
A real stock.
and that will affect the
which we
fictional
won't,
value
which
of
we
this
won't
stock.
share because we don't want people to but we have internally they're tied to a real stock. So if you just like the stock market, if you invest in heavy industry and Power Go! Uber Belafonte. Oh god. They cursed in it, so it got muted.
Ah.
Oh.
Wait, Zach is wrong. It got changed again, Alienator? Why aren't people telling me these things?
Because you're busy.
Because the last I heard, it was actually tied to real stocks, but only for a percentage. Well, I need to be updated on these things.
Zach is wrong. Sorry.
Maybe that's something we're releasing on the line. Last I was told is that we were. But whatever. Great.
Maybe they're still working on it.
I love that I get communicated things as the CEO. It's great. It's fun. So, click on your group, and it gives you a full run of where the investments lie currently.
Sounds good.
So everyone was able to invest in 150 billion to start, and how they spread that out is pretty great.
Oh, waxing, magical
Whooshing,
goods.
all in for the magical goods and finance.
I mean, finance is money, so.
Who invested the most in media? I'm curious. Funky Lizard is now following.
Yay, thank
Hey.
you. Click the thing and it will tell us.
See, the largest
Horizon.
Horizon has the biggest market share in a lot of media.
Wow,
Wow.
they are pushing it.
All right, Horizon, I'm expecting good things out of you for buying out all that media. Let's see if they can push marketing on that. They're going to control how you see things. Alienator said, might be brought back. I can't tell the future. Well, I'm guessing it will be since last I was told it was implemented.
Maybe it'll be in like a couple weeks.
Maybe it's like in a couple weeks. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, this is still really great, and we should just start with this, and then we'll get more.
I just want to say again, big thank you to you guys. This is huge. This is really cool. It's kind of like we just put out a game without any like proper team behind it, and it's been a mess. We know this. We appreciate you guys sticking around. I know we said we were going to release this a couple weeks ago, but I'm honestly very happy that we waited. If we would have pushed out what we had a couple weeks ago, it would not be nearly this impressive. It would have been way more confusing. So I'm really, really glad that we waited. This is cool as shit.
Thanks, Jacob, man, for following.
Yeah, thank you. So cool. All right, I'm done gushing over this. And it's gonna be run.
It's gonna like replace a TV show for me. Like this is my Wednesday nights now. I'm just gonna
Good.
like, watch
So
it this
cool.
crap.
Good. Watch me every Wednesday.
What I can't wait is for when this stuff starts getting handed to Lauren, and it's like, hey, this corporation has invested this much in defense, and if
no.
right,
And then we have to go in it.
and you have to go in, and you guys are fucked.
We are. I mean, we are all.
Because
the
the
time.
world that this exists in affects the Shadowrunners.
Yeah.
So everything that's happening in this world, depending on where these resources are spent, affects these guys' game. And then throughout the lottery system, if they get hired to go after another corporation and steal something from them that affects their overall research and development or something like that, it can really fuck another corporation. It's so cool. I love it.
Who needs House of Cards?
Right? Right? Just watch Shadowrun.
We got
Watch.
Shadowrun.
Speaking of which, live right now on YouTube, we just released the first weekly video for introductions to Shadowrun.
Yeah,
So
Lauren.
I filmed these over the weekend with Lauren. Yeah,
she was really excited about them, and now people know, or you can get an introduction.
start learning
to how to play.
Shadowrun, or get a better understanding of what's happening on screen if you're confused. So we put those up. I've gotten a lot of people saying they wish we did more. They wish we did more. We're doing everything we can, guys. There's so much work to be done, and we have to be fair to every single show. So what we're usually doing is working on every single show at once. but some things take longer to get done than others, like videos, like a corporate metagame, stuff like that. I've got in the works, we've got more Decker Diaries. We've got interviews with Mordecai.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have weekly videos explaining Shadowrun with Lauren. So we're doing the best we can, guys. We're going to keep throwing as much content as we can with you, despite me not sleeping at all this week.
Was it 3 hours last night?
Like 3, 2.5 or 3.
That's fair. 3 is fair. 3 is fair for you. I can't complain with 3.
I can.
I know you can.
I'm going crazy. So, quick story. I know Honesty Hour is tonight. Speaking of which, Tony's on Honesty Hour tonight.
Tony.
You're Tony.
Oh.
Tony is on Honesty Hour tonight. Cromwell himself will be joining me on Honesty Hour. This is a little too honest for this show because it's usually a happy-go-lucky show, but I realized last night how close I was to breaking. Like, it's been a really rough week with like all this like stuff with the landlords and the sound problems and just getting all this stuff ready, getting all the videos ready. There's so much stuff that we're behind on production-wise, trying to get ready for Emerald City Comic Con and blah, like all these pressures from everywhere. And I stayed here really late last night editing, and I got home last night, and I had Joe and other people help with the dog yesterday. Like one of our volunteers went and walked the dog, and then Joe walked him when he got home and stuff. I get home, and then Kaiju's there, and at first I was like, oh, he's being really calm and being a good puppy when I got home. I needed that right now. And then I go up the stairs, and it's just demolished everywhere. He's tore up stuff that's not mine and other people's things, and I'm like, fuck, okay, I'm gonna have to buy new that. I don't know where he even found that. How did he get that? Where did that come from? And the second I look over at him, I'm like, Kaiju, no. He looks at me and pees.
Oh my god.
Hyper Rabbit Power, go! Aldwin, thank you so much.
Try to, missed much, but I'm back and got some catch up to do.
All right, Aldwin, we're glad to have you back.
Halloween.
Glad to have you back.
Sorry to hear that.
So, well, it was like one of those things where like, okay, I need to clean up all of this, and then like, I feel bad because I like have to tell the puppy no, and I have to go put him in his pen, and then I clean up all the stuff, and I finally lay down at like 4:30 or 5 in the morning or whatever, and I hit the bed, and I'm not depressed, and I'm not like, oh, what was my life? I just start crying and fall asleep. Because my body doesn't know what else to do.
That's all that's left inside you now.
Because I think you're just really tired.
I'm just
Like,
really tired.
This is the Claudia compliment grenade that I'm gonna throw your way.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Hold it.
Yeah, I put the pin back in.
Yeah, put the pin back in.
When do I get to throw it?
Whenever we, whenever the channel succeeds.
Okay.
I have my own internal gauge for that.
Will you tell me that?
Maybe.
I feel like the answer.
My gauge will probably rise.
That's the problem. You're always gonna have ridiculously high expectations for yourself because you are an amazing human being.
Stop.
See how she got it in there?
I know. Moving on. Let's finally, guys, I'm really excited for Shadowrun Corporate Sins. You guys should stick around tonight.
So cool.
Check out the video on YouTube of Lauren trying to give you the introductory tips on how to get started with Shadowrun. We'll have more of that headed your way soon. Lots of stuff going on. All right.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna, just to put in perspective, I spent an hour and a half getting links ready and looking at my favorite
Hyper Power Go! Super Fine Nintendo. Super Nintendo. Just subscribe. Thank you so much.
you.
We are 2 subscribers away from a Steam Key giveaway.
I'm just really excited. Oh, Hyper
Power Go! White Wabbit. Not trolling for once.
Take care of yourself, Zach. We want you to be alright.
Yeah,
I'll be fine.
and if you need to
I can take it.
But then I have to run the channel because Claudia runs the CEO, and that's gonna go really well. So don't just go to bed. Go to bed on time.
I can just imagine in this kind of world where all this like criticism comes in and everything needs to be made better every day. Where you're just like, everything's great. You guys did a great job today. Everything's perfect.
Everything's perfect.
Rob James Morgan is now following. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
the following. Hello.
I mean, even if I say things are great, doesn't mean there's no way to fix them.
It's
just
true.
they're great already. Yeah, I'm gonna stop.
Are
talking.
they though? Because there's some things we do that aren't.
Here's the thing. I'm not here 25,000 hours a week.
It's true.
I'm here for this show this week and Shadowrun. And whenever I come in, people are really nice to me and they say, Claudia, do your best. And I'm like, yeah. And then I get that interaction. I don't get the project manager. In my head, that's what people say. That's what they say in my head. And that's when I'm like, oh, okay. I'll do my best.
So guys, one of the things we're working on to try to improve with the Shadowrun game and the DFA game is I'm talking to Twitch Alerts today about what it would take to implement a new donation system for our web portal to where we could have like a drop-down list where you select what corporation you're a part of and then possibly have a store for the items on DFA so you don't have to go to the Google Drive. I hate saying those things out loud because if it doesn't happen, now you guys will be like, oh, you never did what you said you would do, which happens all the time. But we're trying, and we are working on it, so working on it. So tune in at 5:30.
Okay.
Yes, and the How to Play Shadowrun video is up. Hyper, go! Paradigm Shift, thank you so much.
Zach, you truly are a wonderful human being. Hashtag Evo, the corp that cares about Ad Overlord.
So apparently here's what's happening. Evo has now proclaimed that they care about me.
But they also said they wanted
Shiawase is my enemy. Now, I'm trying not to take sides. Power, go! I'm trying not to take sides, but I don't trust people that say they care about me.
So you don't trust me?
Danke Schoen, darling. Danke Schoen, save those lies. Darling, don't explain. I recall Central Park in fall. How you tour, you dress. What a mess. My heart says Danke Schoen, darling. Danke Schoen, thank you for walks down Lover's Lane.
Okay.
That was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was poetic. It was a computer being absolutely poetic.
It tried.
So guys, the Shadowrun How to Play video is up right now. I want to show you guys. I did this really fast last night, and I'm going to try to expand upon it. The little intro thing. Hyper Rabbit Power, go!
Oh, Donkashay. Okay, now I get
Zach
it.
Chat appreciates all the fun stuff you bring us. You're great people and deserve sleep and happiness. He's not going to like that.
Fun with Lauren Bond. Here's a quick little. I did a really fast intro last night. If you guys like it, we might play it before.
Compliment snipers because you can't dodge these bullets.
Nope. Unfortunately, I have to sit here and just get frustrated.
You're playing grenades are easy to dodge.
You can do a double roll. I've learned from The Division, which is not an anime.
Thank you for clarifying. So the Shadowrun video is up, part 1 with Lauren Bond. Here's a quick little. I did a really fast intro last night. If you guys like it, we might play it before Shadowrun. I kind of want to add more to it, but I don't know when I'll have time to do that. But
okay.
It's like a.
Can I put my face on it? Is that going to be part of the intro?
Simple, super simple.
How is that simple?
It's really short, really simple.
I'll grant you the short premise.
Oh, that was so cool.
Oh God. Okay, the main thing that I want to announce, guys, from this video, because I want you guys to go watch it on your own time. We're not gonna watch it here. It's like 6 minutes long. Is that if you go watch the video and leave a comment or a question below, Hyper Rabbit Power, go! Thevrin, thank you so much for subscribing. We are 1 subscriber away from a Steam Key giveaway.
Yay! Can I announce the name? I never got to announce the name ever.
Sure, we'll let you do that. So basically at the end of the video, Lauren announces that all this wonderful swag that you see on the table, if you leave a comment or question below, we will pick a random winner when we release the next video next week. So next Wednesday, we'll pick a random winner out of the comment section of YouTube to ship some Shadowrun swag. So
and then you can actually play Shadowrun based off the things that you learned from Lauren's video.
not all of them are Shadowrun. Oh yeah, you could based on the video.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yep.
But you get stuff, and everyone likes stuff.
Poor Lauren, no one looks sane with pause face. Yeah, let's get a better look at that pause face.
Oh,
That's
no.
nice. That's a nice pause face. You know what? We could snip that. Let's go ahead and snip that.
Oh, poor
Go ahead
Lauren.
and
There are worse pause faces.
I don't know if there is.
snip-
You move the...
It'll move.
snip that. Perfect.
There we go.
Perfect. Saving that for a rainy day.
Like,
That'll come in handy.
not lately, because it's been
Not
sunny.
lately. Not lately. Okay, did we get through all of our announcements?
I think we did.
Start talking about comic books. It's Wednesday. It's comic book day.
Comic book day, comic book day. We're going to open some books on comic book day. Zach's on my left. You're on my right. Comic book day.
Oh God. Odinson, thank you for subscribing. I'm sorry. I mean, welcome. Welcome, Odinson.
Oh, man.
That is time for a Steam Key giveaway. I'm going to ask that Emily pulls a winner, comes in and hands the winner's name on a note to Claudia so she can announce it.
Cause I want to. Cause I sang a song, and that was my best song this week.
That wasn't, or was?
That was my best
That
song.
was your best song this
week.
week.
This week.
You sing a lot of songs.
I've sang 3.
Wow. Do you have like a little
No,
a
no,
little
no.
book you pull out like song number 3?
I just know I sang a song with you on Monday.
Okay.
And with Emily yesterday, and today is Wednesday. So there are 3 days, so there are 3 songs.
Yeah. All right. Does the winner get a song? Are you going to sing a song for the name that they give you?
If I can come, if it happens.
Guys, if you want to win a Steam Key, be active in the chat room. You do not have to be a subscriber to win, but you have a higher chance of winning 3-in-1 extra chance for being a subscriber.
Wow, Noble Savage, you are very needy. You don't get a song just because.
There's that backhanded Claudia that we know so well. Be better.
It's 1 song per day. I know math. Wow. Yeah, and I do have
Everyone's moving
I have
fast.
3 mangas.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh my god, it's like in your beard. I don't want to reach in there.
All right.
I can't read this.
Here.
No.
I'll tell you who it is. Let me see. Is that...
Anna Numberg.
You had to sing a song. You had to announce it as a song.
Anna Numberg, you want a ticket, you want a Steam Key today. Congratulations, you get a second verse because I like to sing.
Can I just say to our neighbors next door, we're sorry. We really want to fix this sound problem as fast as you guys do. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, it's seriously though, it is Anna Amber. Oh, wait, Ann Amberge.
Anna M. Berg? Maybe?
There we go. They got it. Chat got it. Nice job, chat. I tried. Was that a good enough song for you? I can keep singing. Now that there's
We're good.
mics in front of me, I could be a pop idol.
We're good.
It's
All right.
jazz.
Let's talk about comic books. It is Wednesday. Thank you to the 5 subscribers who've gotten so far today. If you just subscribed, remember to go join our Discord. You can we play games with our subscribers. Paragon, Overwatch. I'm sure we'll add some more soon, and you get to voice chat with us. There's some hangout spots in there, and you get to join a corporation and be a part of all this wonderful stuff going on tonight. All right. Comic Book Day.
Okay.
Special thanks. Thank you, Arizona.
We knows how Zach can find his bliss, and we are not going to tell him. Join hashtag ShyOus, the anti-Zach corporation.
Okay.
I feel like Arzlan knows me too well after a year of being in mod chat with me and watching my channels. All right. Well, special thanks to Alter Ego Comics here in the Crossroads for providing us with these comics and making this really cool software that shows all the books that are coming out this week and orders them in order of popularity based on their store. Which is the coolest part about this because it shows such a unique perspective based on the rest of the country. I am completely surprised by this list because I could have fucking swore I was going to open it up and Poe Dameron was number 1.
I wouldn't expect My Little Pony to be number 2. Like, I
My
know those
Little
comics
Pony
are popular,
is
but
the number 2 most bought fucking book at Alter Ego Comics this week.
maybe there's something special about that issue.
Well, let's put
What
it.
the
Wait, guys.
fuck?
My Little Pony is all about friendship, and I know stuff about friendship. The reason is because you can buy it at a series of ages. It has the largest age gap of young adults and children, and people who like it who are adults. And the other comics have a very specific age group that doesn't include kids. So it's
But like
doing
Star
hard.
Wars is still Star Wars.
Yeah.
Although we also expected it to be number 1. Which I too was like, I thought everybody was buying Poe Dameron today.
Hey, Emily, did you not make the Shadowrun video public? What? Shadowrun video public? They just said, is it meant to be unlisted? Oh, somebody was asking if it was meant to be unlisted.
Maybe they spelt Shadowrun wrong.
Okay. YouTube's been really weird this morning, so Claudia, Emily's going to go check on that. All right. Number 1 book this week is Deadpool number 9. Now, I do appreciate an Aldred cover because it's
I was
great.
actually going to be like, is Mike Allred on that book?
He's not. He just did the cover, which I love. I love his work. I can't get enough of the Silver Surfer book. Did not read this book, though, but I'm excited to because I'm a big fan of Jerry Dugan's work on Deadpool. It's smarter and better story than it has any right to be.
Yeah, yeah. And I've heard that this run, I'm not reading this run, but I've heard that it's like really emotional.
Yeah.
Like, it's get deep.
Dude, but talking about like betrayal, like close friendships, what it means to be a father, like what it means to murder your parents. I mean, that's not something we can all relate to, but like.
But that's a really big theme in comic books, though.
Well, but to murder your own,
Yeah,
or to think you did. So, in this book, Jerry Dugan took Deadpool, which by all rights is the most ridiculous character in Marvel Comics. He continues to make him absolutely ridiculous with really weird stuff happening in it, but at the same time has created some of the coolest stuff that's ever hit Deadpool, like him having a wife, finding out that he had a daughter that he didn't know about, having a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent's ghost inhabit his body who happens to be a large black woman, and then her getting out of his body and becoming a life model decoy with her own family that she has to take care of, and them still being best friends and taking care of his daughter. He lives in a house across the street that's empty and watches over his daughter because he's a good dad. Who would have thought Deadpool was a good dad? Now he's a businessman, and he's the head of... He funds the Avengers because he has a product line that sells so many toys that he funds the Avengers. And he has his own Deadpool Corp like crew that all dress up like him and go do mercenary hit. Like, it's the weirdest fucking thing. It shouldn't work, but it's good.
It's a breath of fresh air too. Because like Poseidon's run is great, but Poseidon is comedian first, right? Storyteller second. Where Gary Dugan is a storyteller first.
Right. I always say Jerry, and I'm sorry, Gary. I've even met him, and I'm sorry.
I actually Jerry Dugan and Jerry Conway. I've heard both so many times. I just guess every time I say their names.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's Gary or Jerry.
And this is issue number 9. So how... I'm going to ask from the
Yes.
audience, how important is it to get the other 8 before you read this one?
Okay, well, here's the thing. It's more like 59 or something like that, because when Marvel Now launched, Poseidon and Dugan were on it together, and then Poseidon had to step off, but then the all different Marvel came out and they relaunched it at 0, but it's the exact same storyline continued.
Oh, okay.
So it's not even technically 9. Now, that being said, it's pretty easy to catch up on Deadpool.
Okay.
It's a cool story, but I pretty much just caught you up. You could jump in.
Okay,
You
great.
could jump in.
So fans,
It's smart for Deadpool, but it's not like that Vision book we read.
right, which I think we'll talk about.
We're
because
gonna get
you are
there.
so excited about it.
And we're going to get there.
I saw Zach smile about something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was
book
super.
was
He
dope.
was so happy.
Oh.
So happy.
In this moment, I feel like you represent DC as the DC fanboy.
Kind of.
I want Tim King back. I'm just saying.
Well, I want Tom King to stay.
Or Tom King, yeah.
Yeah. No, actually, like Tom King coming over and doing all the Batman stuff at DC is super exciting, but his Vision stuff.
Did
is
it
super
have to be an exclusive contract, DC?
They
Really?
say yes. DC says yes.
Tom King might say yes.
I know, he probably gets paid a lot more.
Like Tom King now gets to like live comfortably. He's not freelance anymore. As somebody who works freelance, that's all I want is to not work freelance.
Yeah, I did make Claudia read Vision, and we're going to talk about it.
I had to read books with. There was like it started off with a paragraph I had to read, and I like to read, but not in my comics. So it was a struggle. But I'm
Wait, you like to read, but not in your comics?
yeah. So
Wait, what?
I like
It's a visual medium. There
this
can
is-
be too many words in a comic.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
like,
you could Brian Michael Bendis
I
that
like
shit.
pictures
That
in
being said,
comics.
Spider-Man this week, the least Brian Michael Bendis dialogue I've seen with Brian Michael Bendis in a long time. He must be
Cool.
under a lot of deadlines right now.
Yeah, there's was that the one with
The Spider-Man with Kamala Kai,
yeah, I like that. This has dialogue.
Usually, his dialogue is like...
It's like watching an Aaron Sorkin TV show.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the Aaron Sorkin of comic books.
Okay, I like this one. It had enough dialogue that it was jumpy, but it wasn't like I had to read paragraphs. While Watchmen, which I did read and I actually enjoyed, I had to read chapters in between. Watchmen took me a couple months because I was like, oh, but it was good.
Watchmen, at least, like, it sells that as, like, supplementary materials.
Yeah.
Like, the book isn't the novel. There's a novel in between
Yeah.
chapters. Whereas, like, the new Black Panther run started today. And it's not bad, but it's written by a novelist, and you
It's
can
very
tell.
obvious that it's written by a political reporter as well. Like, it's smart, but it's definitely going to be a long burn. That's going to be a book that's going to read way better in a trade.
When you get the
Not that many words in this comic.
No, but it starts with a paragraph.
Oh, well, all Marvel comics start out with
catchy.
the story
Would you
so
rather?
far.
Would you
You
rather
just
not
asked
know?
about, can I jump on? This is
That's
how
how you jump on.
I get that.
Which, by the way, I'm a DC fan. I wish every DC book did this. I love that Marvel does this. Here's how you jump in to a comic book.
No, but I just didn't expect it. And I will say, I'm glad I read that paragraph. I'm glad I read this comic.
Yeah, this is a hard comic to jump into.
Yeah, but I was just like...
Weird shit is going on.
Okay, so number 2 on the list of books today is My Little Pony. I didn't read it. It's not even in our
section.
It's funny. It's their highest subscribed to book outside of Deadpool, but they don't even include it in their stack because they're like, you probably don't want to read this.
Probably got rid of all of them.
They sold them all.
Poe Dameron, number 1. Now, I did have time to read this one. I thought I was going to like it a lot more than I did.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like Charles Seal, okay, I was trying to explain this outside. We don't give people enough credit who can do really cliche, minimalistic writing and make it work. And Jason Aaron has taken the Star Wars book and made it to where you believe the second you open that book, you're in a fucking Star Wars movie. Yeah. You hear the sounds in your head. You hear their voices. You are in it. Yeah. And he does it because he finds the perfect words to put in every bubble. And I was explaining to them that it's like when Spielberg was at his best. When he was doing stuff like E.T., you know when you're watching that it's filled with cliches. You know that every character you're seeing is a cliche, but they're cliches that work really well. It's taking an idea and an archetype and applying a minimalistic set of words and acting kind of cues to it to where within 2 lines, you know who that character is, you know their purpose and their story, and you don't need to waste all of this shit.
Right.
And I feel like I get mad a lot of times with cliches, but then I have to realize, no, I just don't like bad cliches. And I feel like in the Poe Dameron book, there's some fun moments in it, but it's trying really hard to be just like all the other Star Wars books. And at times, I didn't feel like I was hearing Leia speak. I thought I was hearing Carrie Fisher doing an interview with the Today Show and being really snarky and funny speaking. It had that more tone to it. And Poe Dameron was kind of being funny, but not in the same kind of swashbuckling way at times. And I don't know, it didn't grip me.
Yeah,
it didn't grip me.
Charles Soule, I'm a fan of Charles Soule, but everything that I've read of his, I like it more if I'm familiar with the character less before reading it. I think he's a great storyteller who's got a great voice, but he doesn't necessarily do that well removing his voice from things that he needs to remove it from. And so this was something that's big. I have issues with his Inhumans run because I love the Inhumans more than most people because they're pretty obscure. But he's telling a great story in it, but he's not. All of his new characters are better than the old characters. And something like Star Wars, where he doesn't get any new characters, it's gonna become just a Charles Soule book.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I love some of the other stuff he's doing. I'm a huge fan. Daredevil right now is fucking great. It's so good. But he writes that so well, and then the second I picked up this, it was within the first couple sentences, something's not clicking. And I don't know if it was the merge of the art with it, but we'll get there. Walking Dead number 153. Did you say this was in your pool?
Yes.
Did you get a chance to read it?
I did.
Tell us about it.
Walking Dead 153. So what's cool about what's going on right now in The Walking Dead is for the first time in 150 issues, we have a recurring villain where they kill everybody off in The Walking Dead because it's in the name, the dead part. Where there was this giant war in between issues 100 and 130, huge war that ended with, spoiler alert, from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Them not killing their villain.
That was 2 years ago.
It was something like that. Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I always just forget that book's monthly, so it feels like there shouldn't be that much time. But
it was a long time ago. So when they decide not to kill Negan, Rick Grimes, our hero, is making a point in that we are different, we are growing, and kind of the whole theme of The Walking Dead
are they though?
The theme of The Walking Dead is rebuilding society, not surviving zombies.
Right.
Have humans really moved past all that
Yes.
violence in this world?
Yes,
In
Zach.
this world?
No, not in that world.
Oh, no.
But Rick's trying real hard. But a few issues ago, Negan escaped. And so
I actually really liked that moment a couple of issues back where he had to kind of be conflicted with people within his own group trying to attack him and take him down. And when given the choice of what to do about it, he took a higher road than he would usually take.
Yeah,
so I do like that there's been some growth with the character.
And that's one of the things, until there was a big time jump after they captured Negan and the war ended, there was a 2-year time jump. And up until that time jump, you could always rely on Rick to murder the fuck out of anybody who crossed him.
Right.
Brutally. Like maybe he'll do it sneakily, but you're gonna die, and that status quo no longer exists. And we're showing why that sometimes you need to do that. Negan's gonna come fuck everything up. I'm excited about that. But you bring up a good point that there's a moment where one of the guards, they're building this army to defend themselves, and one of the guards shoots somebody that they didn't recognize because they thought it was from the enemy faction, and it turned out to be just somebody who lived there. And Rick has to be like, I don't know what to do. These guys are like, you trained us to be soldiers, and all we know, we've been doing it for many months just waiting to kill somebody, and we finally did. And Rick's like, okay, I can't really punish you. I'm gonna figure out what to do, but I made this happen. And it's really neat that it just The Walking Dead always taps into that thing you don't expect it to that makes it a little more human.
And I need that right now. Steph Woodburn just hosted us for 100 viewers. Thank you so much, Steph Woodburn.
Woo.
We really appreciate it. We hosted her last night, so I'm glad we have this little host off going on right now. For all the new viewers tuning in, thank you. Mondo the Great says, I disagree. I think The Walking Dead is about how to survive the end of the world mentally. I would agree that that's a part of it, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. But it's been a long time since it's been we're surviving.
Yeah, totally.
It's been building for years now. We have Alexandria, we have the hilltop, we have this culture, we need to build it. They're not running anymore. And the zombies are no longer the fear. It's just part of the world they're in. Yeah.
Oh, it's always been more like...
Exactly, yeah.
It's always been the people you should be afraid of.
This is just a world with zombies. It's not the zombie apocalypse.
Right. I like when Kirkman mixes things up. I feel like Walking Dead started to get in kind of a lull for me because he mixed things up so many times. Whereas I feel like when I'm reading Invincible, when he does mixing up shit, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And part of it is that when he mixes up stuff in The Walking Dead, he's mixed up a story. And every time he mixes stuff up in Invincible, it's a big fuck you to DC and Marvel.
It really is.
That book is just two big middle fingers to those companies, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, it is. And I think that's why I like it, is because he's just having fun with it. Whereas in Walking Dead, every mix-up is like these repercussions, and it gets draining. It's a draining book to read. Yeah. Just like the show. It's exhausting.
Yes.
You don't want to marathon this one.
Yeah. I know. I'm glad I pull it monthly because I started off with the trades.
Yeah.
And I did that week where I just sat and read a bunch of trades, and I was just spent. I just couldn't smile for a few days.
Yep.
'Cause I had too much zombies.
Somebody asked, is anyone else reading Outcast? Yes. I'm about a trade behind, though. I haven't had time to catch up on Outcast, but I really like the first trade, and I'm excited for the show.
I haven't read weekly comic books or monthly since I was 13.
I haven't stopped since I was 13.
There was a point where I was reading them constantly, and then I was like, I'm gonna wait till they come out on omnibus. I have Invincible 1 through 8 in the omnibus form.
Fox047 is now following. Hello.
So I just can't. It's so hard for me to even with all these, they're gonna be amazing comics, but reading just one snapshot is so hard.
I love it. It's just like watching a TV show for me. It's like, okay, every week I'm gonna tune into this show if I can. I usually can. But I like that. I like cliffhangers. I like getting to wonder what if.
Yeah, I like spending a month.
When you got fucking books like this, you get done reading, you're like, I can't wait to think about it for the next week and find myself randomly sitting there doing something and being like, oh man, P versus P. Yeah, I'm gonna look a lot more into this shit.
Yeah.
It's good. That stuff, I love it.
Yeah, and I'm with you. That I love the serial nature. How each one knows it's one chapter is being told a month, but it also helps when
Swift
you're
Fingers is now following.
subscribed to enough books that you're getting, instead of one every month, I'm getting 5 every week.
I know. I'm getting 30
5
every
isn't
week. Yeah, I'm getting 30 every week, and I
DC's
don't.
slowing down for the rebirth, so I'm getting less and less every week. But yeah, at my peak, I'm getting between 15 and 20 books a week.
It is. I get them confused a lot, but I like that. Hey, Hyper Go! Swift Fingers, thank you for subscribing. 4 more, and we do a Steam Key giveaway. Thank you so much.
There is a certain amount of fun. Wow, yeah.
Every $5.
I'm not slowing down. There is a certain amount of fun of when you pick up a book and you're like, oh yeah, I remember this from last month. Now I know where we are. Which, granted, that's part of why to write a good comic book, you need to write a good here's where we are, here's where we're going in the beginning and the end of every book. That's part of the storytelling style.
I really like the feeling, because I read every single book Marvel puts out every week, I don't like half of them. I still read them. And part of me likes them more by doing that because I feel like I'm a part of the Marvel universe. And what's the ultimate fun for me?
Exactly. That's why I stick with crappy DC books.
Right. Is even though I may not like certain things going on, I still like this feeling of like, oh, I may have forgotten what happened in this one issue. And if somebody asked me, oh, that, all new Wolverine #3, did you like when this happened? I'd be like, I don't remember, but I remember everything that's happened around Laura as a character since the relaunch and where she's at. And I can tell you all that stuff going on. I can't remember the exact book or page, but I know everything that's going on with her. And I feel like I'm in that universe.
And especially when it comes to crossovers and event comics where, like, it's so cool to be able to read an event comic and know what's going on in all of it. Like, I had to read Final Crisis 5 times to understand it, but now I actually, I can read it like a normal comic, and it's
Secret
so
Wars is like
rewarding.
that for me.
Secret Wars is absolutely that way, yeah, where, Secret Wars
Anything
was like,
Hickman.
here's all of the stuff that's been going on for the last, 30 years at Marvel.
Yeah.
Hickman's gonna touch on all of it, and as a reader, you get rewarded for that.
I went back halfway through Secret Wars. It just happened to be right when I went on a little Christmas break, and I was having to pack up to move up here. I found because I'm still subscribed to. I don't just do pools. I actually have a lot of stuff shipped to my house. I'd say about 5 to 6 books I'm currently subscribed to, and I have had Avengers and New Avengers for the entire Hickman run that I was subscribed to because I was digging it, and I knew because I love Hickman books and I've read enough of his runs in the past. I was like, okay, I'm not going to get almost any of this from book to book, but I can't wait to go back and read it all. And sure enough, right over Christmas break, I was like, all right, I'm halfway through Secret Wars, or actually it was just about to end, and I was like, I am going to sit here, and in one day, I'm going to go all the way back. And I started at Avengers #1 with Hickman, and I started going, oh, yeah, dude. Oh, I get it now. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I did the
so fun.
I did the same thing during Multiversity with all Grant Morrison stuff in DC for the past 15 years.
Yeah, who the
And
fuck knew what was going on in Multiversity every single issue?
Just me.
I'm sorry, Claudia.
It's cool. So the fans have finally figured out that I love the world around comic books. I have not been in a position where I've gone to the comic book store every week or every month and gotten this. So I am absorbing like a sponge, and I'm pretty sure half of it is just. But I'm excited that you guys are excited.
So let's keep going through this list so we can get through them eventually. Invincible Iron Man #8. I read this morning. I really liked it. I've been enjoying all of Bendis's run, and I'm really glad that Bendis brought Peter Parker into the book because Mary Jane's currently in it. It's the closest I'm going to get to having a Spider-Man I like right now.
It's the closest you get to Dan Slott not writing Spider-Man.
Is by having Bendis sneak him in. And I mean, Bendis immediately, within the first 2 panels of Spider-Man being there, I tweeted it out because I thought it was funny. It was he says something about having something that's pointless on his suit, and Spider-Man responds with, well, my logo lights up blue now, and I don't, for no reason,
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, just call him out. Just call out all of this stupid shit. Please do it.
So good.
But it's really great because he's made Tony Stark the most Peter Parker-like that he's ever been, as far as him having he's a real person now with morals and fears and wants and desires since Fraction's run, Since Fraction's run, Tony Stark's just been a shithead.
Yeah,
the Marvel Universe has used him as their punching bag.
Yeah, he's the asshole who's sometimes an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And, he just kind of fits those 2 roles, and that's it.
Yeah. And now he's the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., and he's going to do everything possibly wrong, and you're going to hate him. And it's weird because in the movie world, you love Tony Stark, but in the comic world, he's kind of the biggest dick in the book.
Didn't he start the Civil War? Or no, sorry, not
he
Civil
was
War.
kind of.
He did the Civil Registration Act, which was
Right.
Yeah, he was on the wrong side of the Civil War.
peace by.
I was
Thank
never
you for the
okay
follow.
with that. I remember reading that as a kid.
So this has been a really fun run of Invincible Iron Man. Mary Jane is in it, and Tony's trying to get her to work for him. This all takes place in Japan. Rhodey's been captured. They have some new villain who has tech. Any good Iron Man book has a lot of cool tech in it. And when it's great that Spider-Man gets involved, is because he's not just a scientist and with good tech, he's still super powered, and that always creates a cool dynamic between the two of them. It's a fun read. It's smart. I've really been liking Bendis's run. It's not my favorite issue by far that he's done of this series yet, but there's some really good Rhodey moments in it. Rhodey has a couple moments to really shine where he gets to, out of costume, beat the shit out of a bunch of ninjas, and anytime a character's beating up ninjas with their bare fists, I'm all for it.
And the timing right now, that's going to be... Civil War 2 starts next month, so anything Bendis is writing right now is going to be let's wait until the story begins next month.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Well, even the artist from Iron Man's going over to do Civil War, so it's Next on the list, we have The Wicked and the
I
Divine
read
number
that.
18.
I read
Why don't
that.
you tell us about it?
I loved it when I read the first volume of The Wicked and the Divine. It's something, once again, the art is astounding. I don't know how they do it. It's probably with computers. And it does a pretty good job of catching me up without doing a paragraph. Like, yeah, I didn't know what was going on, but I was like, oh, I get it. Okay, and then there was a good amount of like character drive for me and for fighting because I need an equal part. I can't have an entire comic where two people are standing in a room, and I can't have a comic where there's all fighting. So that was my interpretation of it. I would say it's a good ride.
Yeah, I love Wicked and Divine. Love it, love it, love it. I
So
always
pretty.
wait for the trades though.
Yeah,
That's how I am with Gillen. I have to wait for the trades.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I still haven't bought the Phonogram trade, the new one, and I'm really mad at myself. So I gotta go check it out.
Gotta do that.
Anytime I read any of the Phonogram stuff, I immediately dive back into the world of music, and I stay away from comics for a couple weeks. And it
Oh,
just,
really?
It inspires the shit out of me to get back into music. It's just so good.
Yeah, so this one is definitely trade recommended because there is a lot of pieces to it, and it's
hard to follow.
continuing and it's gonna keep growing. So
And there is no update really.
no, it didn't. Yeah.
Uncanny X-Men number 6. This is the start of the Apocalypse Wars.
The second start of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, right.
Wars.
Again, everything's getting rebooted because the movies are coming out, and Marvel's tagging onto that. I'm not caught up. I didn't read it. I read the last book, Uncanny X-Men number 5. It didn't like prequel into this at all. The biggest thing I love about this book, though, is M is in it, and I love M. Monet is in it. Monet is one of my favorite mutants. I'm really glad that she's in this book, and they're utilizing her well. So I'm really excited that she's in it. There's a good version of Sabretooth in this too. I like that they kept some of the stuff out of Axis. Last year, Axis is when all of the heroes got flipped and their personality, whatever. It was a dumb trick, but it had some fun consequences, and one of which being now that Wolverine's dead and Sabretooth had some bit of conscience hit him. He still has killer instincts, but he has feelings now based on what he does. So there's some interesting stuff going on in there. Would I put this on my pull list? Probably not. Batgirl number 50. That's all.
Oh my gosh!
Batgirl's still doing
So
his thing.
I've always loved Batgirl. I am very much like I'll read one and then love it and then never read it again for like a year. I was like I'm gonna show you how much I know. There was once a Batgirl who had red hair who was a heller baller, and I read that for a little bit. That was a couple. I think it was before this Batgirl. This Batgirl is really good, and this issue is really solid. It's a 5-on-5 fight. There's a story. I think it ends a plot story. I really enjoy it because I feel like she has a personality that I can connect to. There's 5 characters that are all individual and special, and then they fight 5 villains who are individual and special. So if you're looking for something that is fun, there's good fights, and it ends pretty well. So I highly recommend this one. I think this is my favorite out of all of them.
I'm excited to catch up on that one. Actually,
Yeah,
it's a fun book.
Yeah,
Comic's cute.
It is. It's cute and it's fun. It's DC. You should love it.
Good. Well, I wish I read this comic without knowing Barbara Gordon the way I did.
Yeah.
Because like it's a shame because I read the first issue of the new run, and then after Convergence I read when they came back because I read everything after Convergence to see if I wanted to pick up these titles, and it's kind of thing where I was like, this is a great book and people should read this, but I'm not part of those people. Which, frankly, I want more books to be that way. I'm the guy that loves Superman and Batman. They don't need to make more books for me. There's plenty of fucking books for me. This book's not for me, but it's a great book.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these, I was like, I can't really get into them. But this one was one. There were words. I don't know if there was a block of text that was a paragraph. But there were words.
I do want to go back. Comic Wow TV makes a really good point. The cover doesn't really do this book justice, okay? This cover, I feel like, is a little rushed. It's a little old school.
All the Apocalypse Wars covers are just like his face and dudes around them.
Yeah, I don't dig it. It's a throwback cover, but don't let it discredit the art that's in the book. Ken Lashley's art that's in the book is phenomenal. Ken Lashley's art
I didn't
is
know
beautiful.
that. I would have
Really
read
great-
that if I
really
saw
great
that.
art. He's got multiple page spreads with like 2 pages of each other. That's a lot of fucking work. It's a lot of work
Is
to
this
do
a
all that.
weekly or a monthly?
This is bi-weekly, I think.
Oh.
Bi-weekly?
I think it might be bi-weekly because I read
Oh,
another one
that's
not long ago.
worse.
It might be monthly though. I know
It is, because they have 7 X-Men titles right now.
I know, but I know the last one was 2 weeks ago because I just read it. But
It might be. I think
The
that
art's beautiful.
Marvel has a series of books that are 18 a year, so they're like it's
yeah,
kind
it's
of weird.
like
to,
every 3 weeks
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Next up is Black Panther #1. That is one that I had a chance to read. Did you read that one as well?
I've flipped through it.
Yeah, it's.
I didn't have the
it's
time to read all those
somewhere-
words.
It's somewhere on this table.
Was there words?
There's well, it's being written by a novelist doing his first comic, and that's not
It is
that
his first
necessarily that uncommon.
Yeah.
And when that happens, a lot of them struggle to recognize the visual medium of comics, and that like you don't describe what's going on in the panel. You put it in the script. Then also a lot of these novelists, like they grew up reading Chris Claremont and Marv Wolfman,
Yeah.
who are the most novelist-like writers and like the hardest things to read from the 80s because of how many words they have.
Yep.
But it's still a good comic.
There's some interesting stuff going on in it. I like that you can tell that there's themes and counter themes and stuff that's going to come back later. I'm hesitant though to say to put it on your pull list, and I feel like it's something that could go into trade form. I feel like it's going to be a better read as a trade.
Yeah.
It's dense. It's
Yeah.
dense, but it's not the right kind of dense. Whereas like when we get to Vision, that's dense, but it's the right kind of
Yeah,
dense.
that's like Vision. You want to read Tom King's books, like Sheriff of Babylon, which we're probably going to get to.
Yeah.
Like you want to read one of those and give yourself a break.
Yeah.
Like you need
Yeah.
to just absorb them. Whereas this is also the way novels work, is that it all in one chunk is sort of how it's presented.
We've got Spider-Man 2099, #9. I have not read this one yet, but I did read #8, and I know what's going on this story based on that. So Spider-Man 2099 had a fiance. He assumed she was dead, just found out she was alive and being hidden by the mother of his fiance from him. This is Miguel. He's from the future of 2099, trapped in the present. He is a Spider-Man. Doesn't have all of the like spider sense stuff like that, but he still has enhanced strength and other spider abilities. It's a fun book. I really like Peter David. Peter David's kind of like Dan Abnett for me, where half the time I'm like, fuck yes, and the other half the time I'm like, what are you doing right now? Like, it sometimes feels rushed. Other times I feel like he does the best conversations in comic books. Like Peter David's X Factor run and even like his 2 different X Factor runs were both great. He does team conversations really well, and not in that Joss Whedon kind of jokey way, but more in that very like, these are real fucking people having a conversation right now in a really smart way. And Spider-Man 29 is a single character book. I feel these team books are better, but it's still a fun read. I like it. It's on my pool, but I don't think it should be. It's one of those like guilty pleasures. Like, yeah, it probably shouldn't be on there.
Yeah.
So like Peter David wrote the Young Justice series from the 90s, which it's like that. It's so aggressively comedic that it loses depth. Like the first issue tries to turn the 3 guys on the team to like id, ego, and super ego.
Yeah.
At the same time, they're just like doing jokes and like referencing art from the 90s. And it falls apart a lot.
Yeah.
But then if he nails it like his Aquaman run, then he just
Nails
nails it.
Inmaker has a question, and this is going to be for you and me, I think. Is Superman American Alien recommended for trade or singles? I would say singles because they're all single
Yeah, they
stories.
all stand alone so well. Each one has a different artist. Yeah, solo. Especially also because like that book is so fucking good, you don't want to wait for the trade to come out. Start reading it right now.
So weird to say this.
Loving American
Guys,
Alien.
Max Landis wrote a book that's really fucking good, and you should check it out. Despite how you feel about Max Landis, just go check out the book.
That was like an underhanded compliment if I've ever heard it.
Do you know Max Landis?
No,
Okay.
I will have to.
People that do will understand. I like Max. I understand why a lot of people don't.
Yeah, I'm a fan of his too, but
He
like I can't
understands why
hold it
people
against
don't.
people when they're not.
Right. He has that personality. He's aware he has that personality. He uses it to his advantage. Here. Did you watch Batman vs Superman?
No.
Did you see the trailers with Jesse
Yeah.
Eisenberg and stuff like that? I'm willing to bet, and a lot of people close to me and Max Landis are all willing to bet as well, that Jesse Eisenberg based that character off of Max Landis
For Batman or for Superman?
for Lex
Lex
Luthor.
Luthor.
Oh, okay.
It's basically like watching a Max Landis in person.
Yeah, it kind of is. I didn't realize that till now. Yeah, that's really spot on.
Like in the trailer when he slaps him on the chest and he's like doing this little thing, I was like, oh man, that is Max Landis. That is 100% Max Landis.
He's got this great video online where he describes the Death and Return of Superman storyline, which is a lot better than reading that storyline. It's good. It's good times.
Yep.
Okay. What's next?
Next we have Black Widow
Widow.
#2. Didn't get a chance to read it, but
I
it's
did.
written. You did?
I did.
What'd you think?
Well, I just felt it wasn't. I could replace Black Widow with literally any other character, and it'd feel the same way.
Really?
Like it was like, okay, she is good at things, and she's Russian, and she has a bad past. That is every other mercenary character. You could like. That's how I felt.
That's not Natasha Romanoff though.
Yeah, I just felt like I
Any
love
writer that
issue
you
number
usually
1.
trust to like get the core of the character, it's Mark Waid.
just
you know?
like there, it was just like I didn't feel anything for her, and so she was cool. Like she did cool stuff, and I was like, oh yeah. But then
I'm gonna have to disagree with you just from this fucking panel alone. This is straight up Mark Waid moment kind of shit, and this is probably gonna end up being one of my favorite books of the year.
really.
Oh, I mean, just look at this series.
Yeah, but like I get it. It's pretty. I just
No, but it's not
don't-
just pretty. It's the words that.
Also, though, the archetype you're complaining about is a bunch of people copying Black Widow for 50 years. Like she's Marvel's badass Russian
Right.
spy girl. Like that's also like.
Just like
That's
his
what that
Daredevil
is.
book is, you assume you know who Daredevil is, and you're just in it with him. I'm on board because I have a girl with no powers single-handedly taking down a bunch of dudes and bossing them around, and
I'm not saying
all
she's
for
not
that.
cool. I'm just saying that I don't
don't feel
feel
anything
anything
for
her.
yeah.
And maybe that's because I never felt anything for Black Widow, and that could be a lot of it. Like this is cool. Again,
this is so Daredevil.
That's
I found
something-
my Daredevil replacement.
There you go.
I was like,
there you go.
I
Wade
could
Samney.
literally replace that with any other person, and it would be the same.
Yeah, and
comic
there's
for me.
something to be said about like Mark Waid. If you are familiar with the character and you don't like them, Mark Waid won't change your mind.
No.
But if you're familiar with the character and you do like them, Mark Waid will give you exactly what you're looking for. Like that's what he's all about. That's why I think his Archie comic is both great and lame. Is because it's
Yeah, it's
totally
Archie.
perfectly
It's
Archie.
100% Archie.
But it's like it's the book that only Mark Waid's really looking for.
Yeah. So we're split on this one.
Yeah, we are.
I'm gonna recommend it.
So it's like it's the same creative team as the Daredevil run that they did, Mark Waid, Chris Samney, and so it looks
I
like
know,
if
the
you
second I open
if
the
you
page, I'm like,
that,
I'm on it.
You're gonna like
Yeah,
this.
so if you like this, you like this. If you don't,
Yeah.
you don't. That's pretty much the world, isn't it?
Next up, we've got Archie number 7. Speaking of Mark Waid, right back into it.
I heard the new Archie's actually really good. Or no?
Written by the
no?
same
I
guy.
just can't bring myself to care about it
I
now
can't
that
either.
Fiona Staples is not drawing it.
I know.
Like,
This-
that was-
when she was drawing it, I was like, oh, I'll check this out.
And it looked so cool. Like I love seeing Fiona Staples draw those characters. And after that, I'm like, oh, I
Does it
wasn't
look-
coming here
did-
for the Archie.
To put in perspective, does it look a lot really different? Like for people like me who don't know what you're talking about.
Not necessarily that different. Fiona Staples draws Saga. I don't know if you're checking that out.
that's gorgeous.
Yeah, so she's one of, if not arguably, like the best artists working in the industry right now. I think she deserves that title.
Yeah, so she was drawing Archie, and now she's not. Of course,
Yeah, so she did. I mean, and this is the basic big 2 play is where they're like, hey, look at this giant artist. It's going to be on this book for 5 issues. Then we get artists that can do monthly comics.
Yeah.
You know what? Whew. Man, we've been talking a lot today. It's already like 2:30. We gotta
Oh
get through it.
wait, but
New Avengers number 9 comes out today. Alu Wing, I like it. I didn't get a chance to read it, but I like his run and I like his writing. Doctor Who number 10, Providence number 8. We didn't get a chance to read any of these. I do have words about Spider-Woman Alpha number 1.
I didn't read that. Is it good?
I read that one. I like Robbie Thompson's writing. Now, like 3 different people had their hand throughout this book, so the tone changes throughout. The art, I don't get it. I don't get it. Let me give an example.
I'd like to look at it because that was when I was sad I didn't get to read.
I like Robbie Thompson's writing. I like when he's voicing.
It didn't get
Actually,
in.
did you guys leave all the books I read on the table out there when it came in?
Maybe, probably.
Probably. The art feels like a charcoal drawing that was rushed.
No.
And the thing is, Jordi Belair did the color. She is my favorite colorist, my absolute favorite colorist. But
Do you want me to look for it?
no, it's fine. It's fine. We don't have time. She's my absolute favorite colorist. But when given these kind of like rough edges and really sketch kind of stuff, it doesn't mesh. Like she is a precise, beautiful colors. Now it works on Manhattan projects, but there's a beauty to the simplicity of that crooked line work. You know, of the art is so like unsettling, and you know it has a feeling to it, whereas this just felt kind of rough and charcoal and really thick and broad strokes, and it felt more like gesture drawing but without the gesture marks. You know, like somebody did a gesture drawing and then just outlined the gesture with charcoal. I didn't like it. I didn't connect with the art at all. I felt it was actually distracting a lot of the time because I couldn't read facial expressions, and so much of reading a comic for me is being able to immediately associate the facial expression
It was an
with
inker problem.
maybe. I don't know. It killed it for me. I think the story setup is interesting. I love anytime all the Spider-Women get together.
They're ballers.
Because it's great to see, like, Spider-Woman's a mother now.
Yeah.
So she has this perspective when she's talking to Cindy Moon, who is basically a girl who's still a child. She's an adult who is locked in a bunker for 10 years. She's a child for all intents and purposes. Gwen Stacy is a teenager who thinks she's cooler than everyone else. And then you've got Spider-Woman, who is a mother sitting there talking to each party. I liked the writing setup, but the art was so distracting for me. It was really tough.
It's brutal.
And it even,
sad.
yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I want to touch on that. I can't believe Green Lantern outsold Superman. And actually, I can believe it's because...
In this store, which is...
Well, yeah, but it's because, A, Parallax the Green Lantern, it'd be the last 10 months, 10 issues of Superman have been really weak. They changed creative teams. Now Pete Tomasi is beginning his Superman run. It's going to be 8 issues over the next 2 months, so it's going to be basically weekly in all the Superman books. Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Action Comics, and Superman. And he's doing his All-Star Superman. That's what it is. Superman is dying, and he's like, I'm going to figure out what I need to do before I die. These are my last moments on Earth. I've been waiting a year for good Superman, and it was fucking beautiful.
Is Romita still on drawing
No,
Superman?
he just
Not
does
anymore?
that cover. No, Romita's not drawn Superman.
That's a bummer.
Mikkel Janine did the art on this one, who was drawing Grayson.
Is Romita still working with DC?
Yeah, he's going to be doing All-Star Batman with Scott Snyder.
Interesting.
Yeah, along with a bunch of other artists, it's going to be like a...
Interesting.
Thing.
I'll pretty much...
You guys are literally just saying like 50 words per minute, and I am so with Mick Trigness and be like, who dat? That is this entire conversation.
Who dat's a command that tells you who's on screen.
Oh.
But they're probably thinking
yeah, they're probably like...
This is our comic talk. So, Romita Jr., like, he used to draw Spider-Man back in the day, and it was my favorite versions of Spider-Man. And then he did Superman recently, and I liked it a lot. Yeah. I liked his art on Superman a lot, and I'll pretty much follow him wherever he goes. He's just so expressive.
I found him kind of hit or miss. I found that all of this Marvel stuff I read looks better, and it looks like he took longer on it than all of his DC stuff.
I will agree with you.
Like, I thought his Superman looked good, but it looked like he was drawing Kick-Ass again. Whereas when he draws a Marvel book, it seems like I think he just, partially because of his father, he just knows these characters so well that he draws Superman like anybody draws Superman with a John Romita style, whereas he draws Spider-Man unlike anybody draws Spider-Man, except for everybody who's trying to copy him.
So we're gonna rush through the rest of these.
One that I want to talk about.
Okay, we're gonna rush through this list, and if you see it, call it out.
It's an omnibus that's come out.
Okay, and then we've got all of these.
Speaking of things that are not going to be on here, Grant Morrison's 18 Days is cool if you like Indian mythology.
Okay.
Survivor's Club is great. I would recommend that one. Escape from New York I started reading, and it's fun. But so there's the new Suicide. Man, that's low on the list for the movie being that close. Okay, you read the fix, but you didn't like it.
If you like villains, you're gonna like it. It's just two good people doing crooked things.
Hyper Rabbit Power, go! Manga, donate $5 for manga. We'll get to it if we can, but this is a sponsor of our channel.
Oh, it
so
is? Yeah, let's talk about this first.
Yeah, we got to get through this.
Yeah.
They are sponsoring Wednesdays for us, so thank you, Alter Ego Comics. Lone Wolf.
The fix is gonna be one of those ones that grow, and I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I don't think I'll probably check it out either. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and skip it because I don't see it on this list, and I don't know why, because I feel like it should be really high on this list. But Vision number 5.
Oh wow, it's not on this list.
Sure.
It's not on this list.
Yeah.
Which
Tom King writes great books that nobody reads.
I mean, there's
it's
a ton of shit coming out today, a ton of fucking.
The big one, I don't think it's going to be on here because it's a graphic novel format, but Grant Morrison's Wonder Woman Earth 1, which I've been waiting for like a fucking decade, is finally coming out.
Yeah.
By Yannick Paquette is doing
the website is called Alter Ego. Is it alterego.com?
Alter Ego Sublit. It's sublist.alteregocollectibles.com. And these guys are great. They built this themselves for their local people. They're trying to reformat it to where they could ship to other people across the country too.
That would be
So
amazing. I could
sign
get
up.
Batgirl every day.
Well, I don't know why other comic book stores don't do this. This is great. They order it in order of popularity. You can order it by writer. So you can do written by. You can do your genres. You could also do published by. It's great. So Vision, we're going to talk about really quickly, and then we'll get on to some manga.
Vision. You love Vision. Please talk about Vision.
Okay, so Vision number 6 came out. This book starts with a scientific / computer theory, P versus NP, which polynomial time and non-deterministic polynomial time. It sets up the story like that because Vision is an android, and it sets up the story using those two, can you prove these two things kind of exist, but with an emotional kind of output. in reference to his nuclear family that he's created. So Vision, at this point, he creates what he thinks to be the quickest route to happiness by creating his own nuclear family. And I love any story that deals with the nuclear family and the idea of America as this vision and how other people see it. And it's all so smartly put together. It's like, how would a robot see the American dream? Puts it together. How quickly does that fall apart? And then what do you sacrifice to keep that dream intact? And of course, it takes it to extreme measures, but holy shit, does it take it really extreme. Okay, It was on the list. He said it was between.
Oh.
We just missed it somehow.
Okay.
Between Vision and Scarlet Witch, which, by the way, I'm just going to say one thing about Scarlet Witch. I think this is the best art in any book. Any
She
book
didn't like it.
on shelves right now.
it.
She hated the art, and I was like, I love it. It's amazing.
So, I haven't read this issue, but the last 5 have been so beautiful.
different, and I just
It's
don't,
different, but it's beautiful.
I just don't see it. I just can't get it. I'm just like, there's bigger ideas that I just don't grasp.
David Aja covers, and then the art is like, it's Michael Aldred, but with a little bit more detail.
This is
Like-
not the same artist.
Yeah, it reminds
Different
me
colors.
almost of, like, I don't.
You don't have the deep. I think it's different inker and colors, but I think it's the same artist.
Yeah. Honestly, now looking back into it, it reminds me of my least favorite part
It's
of
the artist
heavy metal.
it's the artist that was on She-Hulk, and
I just don't get it.
I love it.
That's okay.
You're thinking about those spreads of the. It's the same artist that did She-Hulk. If you like Charles Seale's She-Hulk, it has the minimalistic, very expression.
Yeah.
But now, you as a fan of manga, that surprised me because this is basically taking a lot of cues from that and using simplistic, minimal lines to get the maximum amount of expression.
Right, and like I think the issue is I don't feel for this character at all, and she did something really cool, and she saved somebody, and that's great. I just don't get it. I just don't get why I should care about her, why she's cool.
Well, I will say in that instance, you're jumping in issue 5.
Yeah.
In a very like.
And a character that has so much history within
Yeah.
like this universe. Like Scarlet Witch has done so much different terrible shit.
Right, and that might be a thing where like this one is for fans who have followed her for the entire time, and this one's for people who like I get to pick one comic book out, I don't know anything about it, and that's what I'm gonna pick.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. That Scarlet Witch is for people who know and like Scarlet Witch. Batgirl's for people who don't know Barbara Gordon at all.
Yeah.
Like that's
I
kind
would
of
say
the
that.
objective of those books.
Yeah.
But going back to Vision,
Oh yeah.
check it out.
Which is, if you
It's
know Vision
really-
or don't, it doesn't matter
Doesn't
because
matter.
it's a different
it has nothing
kind of
to do
story.
with Vision as a character. It has to do with an idea, and it ends with a couple like, oh fuck.
Even I thought that. I was just like, oh no.
Yeah.
How much longer is he going to keep writing that? Do
I
you
have no
know?
idea, but holy shit, does this one end with like a, ooh yes, like I get to see a dog's brain
Cool.
in a
Spoilers.
Vision book. Now that's not really a spoiler. They have no idea what that. But why? Why is Vision cutting into a dog's brain? What led to that? In a believable way. It's really like it's crazy to have read all these 6 issues and just be like, man, this is like a robot's version. And it kind of reminds me of that thing with Microsoft where they put an AI on
Oh,
Twitter
I know.
and it just like, well, this is humanity.
And it turned into the internet.
Right.
And
That's what's happening
Which,
here.
like, I can't believe people who could create an AI that learns from the internet don't know what the internet does.
Well, like it's
Come on.
doing the whole P versus NP thing, which is like, okay, can an equation be solved quicker or better through going sequentially, or can you solve an equation through referencing something else that has kind of solved that equation before? So is it almost like, what is better, the ideal or the idea of the ideal? Like it's like actually having something that's ideal, or actually having this idea of what is ideal. It's 12 issues is what Enrique says. So
Sweet. So he's
And
finished.
you know what? Reading this actually makes me want to read the other 5 before it.
Yeah,
Which that
smart.
means I'm going to have to read more comic books, which is totally fine.
okay, so really quickly, you had
Yes.
a couple manga things.
If I have to talk about only one, I'm going to talk about only one. If you like zombies, pick this up. It came out in Japan a couple years ago, and it's finally coming out with omnibuses. The first one's coming out.
Which
go
one
to,
do you
it's
want me
I
to
Am
play?
Hero, the very top one.
Okay.
So the concept is it's zombies in Japan, and it's unlike, yeah,
yeah, I'm
the
on
art
board. The
is
art's
like-
great.
well,
I'm on
one thing-
board.
Not even
That
a full
first-
panel.
that
We're
first
both
frame,
like, I want
I'm
to
on
see
board.
that.
the art is amazing, and more so than that, there's a character in there, and he's a normal, like just absolutely normal. And what's amazing about it is he has a shotgun, but because of the restrictions of guns in Japan, he doesn't use it for most of the story so far. And he's just it's less about the world and more about what it takes for him to be a hero, and it's his entire goal. And it's It's so different than Walking Dead, because in Walking Dead at this point, everyone's good at killing zombies.
Mm-hmm.
This is not like that. This is still, every time you see it, it's horrifyingly scary. It is one of the most gorgeous things.
What else has this creator done?
I don't know. I remember reading the first one in a slightly illegal way, but now it's out in America. Go get it. It's actually out today. Order it on Amazon. Order it at your comic book store.
They're making a movie.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna be good, but this is the one that like if I had to recommend any, this would be it.
I want to check this out.
Yeah, I'm
down.
Yeah, it's amazing. I just like. And it's also, the people just don't believe it's a zombie
Well, it says that the English translated version of the manga is not scheduled until by Dark Horse until 2016.
That's this
today.
year. That's today.
So it is today.
It is today. I looked it up. I looked it on Amazon. It's today.
And it's Dark Horse, which means your local comic shop could totally order that for you.
Yeah. It's not like, and what's nice is it's the first, I can't remember if it's the first 2 or 3. So it is a big, thick book. It's good. It's the same kind of ride as The Walking Dead. So if you didn't read The Walking Dead comics and you're like, I can't, start with this one.
153 issues is a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, but this is
so
just
there's
starting.
This. You can do this.
No, but I have crazy ones, but this is my number one right now. This is out today. It's most relevant, and it's crazy.
Guys, I knew it was 2016. I'm just saying, when you read a review that just says coming in 2016,
it could mean any day.
Could mean any day.
Yeah. But it's
because this was published back in October of last year.
Yeah, I was Googling for good, because I got pictures of it so that people could see what they're looking into, because honestly with manga there's such what kind of drawing style it's going to be, and this is a very serious,
Cool. So we rambled a lot today. We covered a lot of comic books.
Oh, I got my one in.
You know what? For shits and giggles, I'm going to give you one more.
Oh my god. Okay, so
I bought Malika all of these for her birthday.
So, One Punch Man, it's pretty. But skip past that. Here's what I'm going to talk about. Hunter x Hunter is this comic that I love, and there are rumors that he's coming back this year. So this is a chart of this one author and how frequently he's been doing it. The blue represents when he actually gets his work done. The red represents when he does not get it done. So if you notice, I think it's 76 months where he has not got it done. And I hear he's coming back this year. And I can't wait. Hunter x Hunter is a story about a character named Gon who realized his father was a really awesome hunter in this world where you can like hunt to get like bounties. And so he starts this game and he meets his characters. It's fun. I like it. And I kind of just threw it out there for those people in the chat who know what I'm talking about with Hunter x Hunter. Have faith. It's coming back this year. It's gonna be great. You can catch up on it. Read the little manga thingies, books, trade books. I really enjoy it. Yeah, current is 79. He's his longest hiatus.
Wow.
So yeah, but if you want to show those pics of One Punch Man the manga, which is way
I love it.
better.
It's like daring you to drop that book.
One Punch the manga is twice as good as the anime, guys.
It's beautiful.
It's one of the prettiest things I've ever read. What's funny is actually he's not the guy who originally made it.
Really?
So there used to be an online guy who he made a web comic, and it was the worst art I've ever seen. So then this guy who's done a lot of famous
love that Saitama
manga
is like always so simplistic and minimal.
So this guy did my sports anime about football, which is how I learned about football. I Shield 21, and then he changed to this. And this, please just read One Punch Man. Stop watching the anime. It's not as good. I know there's so much hype, but the other one is just as good.
Don't stop watching the anime.
Just also
do
read the
both.
manga.
Okay, do
both and appreciate both. The anime is also awesome.
The anime is awesome, but the book, like, look at that
Don't be
art.
one of those purists.
Just open that book and just stare at it for 30 minutes.
Support the artists and the
I'm not
creators
telling you
and
to
saying
stop
go
watching
both.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Watch it both. Keep reading.
Yeah.
Do both.
Okay, fine.
Support good work.
Yeah, okay, fine. Support good work.
See, again, she acts like she's super positive, but then no, fuck that TV show. Read that book. People who watch TV are stupid.
No, I like TV and I watched the entire anime. What's actually good is that this guy who was doing it actually only did one issue to test his computer software drawing style. And he's like, I guess I'm doing this forever.
Damn.
So we are very lucky that he was able to do this.
It's beautiful. It's like a beautiful
Oh,
composition.
I think I made a second link there too if you want to check out another one. Just to constantly look at how gorgeous it is. Yeah. Like that kind of stuff. Like, it's probably from the same scene because it's still raining, but like, he was good when he did iShield 21, and now he's even better. Look at this. Look at that. Just stare at it. And that's my manga clip of the week.
It's hard to get that shining effect in grayscale, man. It's
Yeah,
really
but
cool.
I mean, that's with the computer software that he's doing.
All right, guys. That's Wednesday. We had a lot of fun talking to you today. Now, don't forget that you can continue rallying for your corpse right up till 5:30. So we're going to give a quick update really fast on our Stray Logic
please
site.
do.
Oh, that's
No,
not
that's
that
the
one.
hiatus chart. Have hope. Have hope.
All right, guys, so here's currently where we stand with our action points. We are 20 for Evo, 14 for Shiawase, 9 for Wuxing, Mitsuama at 9, As Technology 9, Horizon 9, Renraku 8, Neonet 8, Saterkrupp 7, Ares 6. So Ares is currently the underdog in this situation.
Right.
Now, let's see how many members Ares has. So
Aries got more.
17 Ares members, 16 for Renraku. Basically, guys, you can rally right up till 5:30 p.m. All the way up till 5:30. Rally.
I do want to say, looking.
No one can hear you.
If you scroll down a little bit, no, too far. The middle one. If Neonet or Ares got like 1 sub, if you look, the total AP given out is only 49. That means that those last 3 are teetering on the edge of getting another point. So if like Neonet or Ares got 1 more subscriber, chances are they'd get it. If Renraku got 2, they'd get it. So like this really is like, that's a whole nother AP that actually does count for a fair amount of stuff. So like you, and that goes for just about anybody. If they 1 or 2 subs right now could make a huge difference by giving that 1 AP point to somebody else.
Okay,
Because it's up in the air.
ALK824 says, I have no idea what this is. I'm going to give you a really, really fast run through. This is a meta game that we created to go along with our Shadowrun show that starts tonight at 6 p.m. PST on this channel. Shadowrun is a game that's very complex, written by Jordan Wiseman. Jordan Wiseman wrote all of this metagame here that you see right here. There are action points, there's money. If people make donations, they can put a hashtag in the name of the corporation that they've joined after they subscribed and they got on our Discord. And then the AP points get varied out to all of the different members of the 10 different corporations that are on our Discord. You get to join. It's really cool. You should do it. It's free. If you're a subscriber, you get to join. Everybody should sign up. There's not near enough people on it. We need to get off the show. We got to get ready for the next one.
Ah!
Impressive.
Yeah.
Go. Let's
Okay.
go.
Am I waving goodbye?
Bye.
Thank you for letting us watch. Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be here. We're doing Paint Run later. Not me, but
Watching
us.
Paint Dry's up next.
And then it's Shadowrun.
And then Shadowrun.
Read lots of
Comic
comics.
Book Day. We're gonna open some books on Comic Book Day. Zach's on my left. You're on my right. Comic Book Day.
Oh, God. What the fuck?
It's a song. We're making it a song.
That happened.